listening to the Streetcat Sisters, a weekly entertainment podcast.
As always, I'm Jess.
And I'm Boo.
And we are the Streetcats Sisters. Welcome back, gang.
Hey, what up, guys?
I feel like I should apologize for that last episode. It got emotional.
Emotional damage.
I laughed, I cried. It could have been like its own documentary. I realized.
I want it in the style of intervention though.
Phantoms
Yeah.
and Clug. And Clug unfortunately passed away.
Yeah. So I want it in that like how they have the daytime shows to
Intervention is not a
no
daytime
like
show.
a Days of Our Lives kind of thing. I want that feel in the camera too, like that in intervention.
Our life is a soap opera.
Yeah.
I definitely, or it's like just a really bad episode of The Office. That's how I feel. Like I'm constantly looking at a camera that doesn't exist, just giving it a good old Jim Halpert face.
Oh.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I'm over here looking at him like Prison Mike or something.
Well, okay. It took you that long to figure out a character's name.
I don't watch it religiously like you do, though.
It is a comfort show.
Okay.
That cat just opened that door. I wish I was kidding. Shut that door. We don't need to let the children know where we are. Did you just throw a shoe at it?
I threw a shoe.
You threw my husband's shoe at the door. What if you broke the door? This is a very special episode, I think,
Yeah.
for us. For one of us, at least, in particular.
You?
No.
Oh.
It's our boo-boo's birthday. Wah, wah, wah. Huh? No.
Yeah, it's Boo's birthday.
That's still the wrong button. Wrong buttons. Okay, how about this one? It's Boo-boo's birthday.
Yay!
See, it took us like 4 tries to find the clapping hands. We're dumb. Stop pushing buttons.
Okay.
Those are so lame too. We shouldn't use those, but I felt like that was appropriate for the Boo-boo birthday.
Good birthday.
Have you had a good birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm excited to eat.
Oh yeah. Having your boo-boo favorites.
Well, I don't know if making your own pizza is favorite. I wanted it.
That's cute. I think it's cute. It's something fun for everybody tonight
Yeah.
for dinner. That's fun.
And then get ice cream afterwards.
I guess we can use this episode since we didn't record on my birthday, and we actually are recording on yours. So happy birthday to Boo Boo.
Yay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Boo Boo. And you are...
Too damn old.
I feel same. Like, same. After your 30s, I feel like it just goes downhill, man.
I mean, yeah, for you.
Shut up. I did finally feel like I glowed up a little bit.
A little bit,
A
but
little
it
bit.
can't go up any further.
Shut up. Like, I understand. You can't handle it. Nobody else can handle it down here at my size. Like, I'm short, and I get that, and I get all the comments about it every day of my entire life. But,
Go on, Frodo.
see? Like that.
Go on. You are late.
I am fun-sized.
Shouldn't you be at work right now?
The Christmas season is very busy in Santa's workshop. I am
Yeah.
aware. I'm taking time out of my busy work schedule to come and be with you on your birthday. Shut the fuck up. Like,
Oh.
shut the fuck up.
Come over here and make me.
I accept it. And then, like, now, like, they put up some Christmas lights at work, and they were crappy. Like, I told them, I was like, I'm actually offended by the crappy Christmas lights. Like,
Oh.
I'll tell you, like, they have a gazebo. They didn't even, like, tie the lights to the gazebo. They just hung, like, spun them around it and, like, threw the banisters and left it. And I was like, what are you doing? Like,
Oh.
you could still see where they were bunched up, like, the zigzag. I was like, this looks awful. And as somebody who is very in touch with their elf culture, I have an affinity for elf culture. I'm offended by this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where's HR? Like, I need HR.
Yeah, you need to tell HR how funny that joke is.
No, I won't. No.
No.
I did actually ask my boss something else the other day. I asked him if, because we watched the new Squid Games, The Challenge, and then at the very end it shows like Squid Games casting, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. So I told my boss, I'm like, hey, it's cool if I take it, like they said on the paperwork, like I actually researched it. You could be gone for up to 4 weeks. So I told my boss, I was like, hey, you'd be cool with me like bouncing for 4 weeks, right? And he was like, can y'all send the husband instead? And I was like, offended at
What?
first. Yeah, I was like, of course, I'm a man. No, and then he's like, I was like, why? And he said because he knew he would come back to work faster than I would. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, that was a good one. Like, I'm not even mad about it.
No.
Like, okay.
No.
That since it's your birthday, enough about me. I'm sorry. Those are just some funny things that happened to me at work this week.
Oh, that's so funny.
I know. I wanted to tell you about it.
No.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Let's stop. We do that. We do. I don't know if you've ever realized how often we do that. Have you ever like listened to the podcast after?
No, not really. I mean, unless I do the one run through after it's completed, and it's like, okay, I heard this already.
Yeah, but you.
I heard this already.
You wouldn't believe how many times how many times we finish each other's sentences or say the same word at the same time, like
and
all the
each
time.
Other's sandwiches.
No. So if people don't believe us that we are sisters, and how did you like your birthday gift?
Okay, I got a jellyfish lamp.
The jellyfish dance in it, and it changes colors like a rave, like
the SpongeBob rave.
Like I wanted her to be able to have the SpongeBob rave with her own jellyfish. Do 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 do.
And then you got me the Funko pins of Buddy the Elf.
And the narwhal.
It
was a pair of.
Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. I love. It's like our favorite thing to quote from that movie, and I love narwhals, so I just thought it was perfect. And those pens, probably the most expensive pens I've ever bought. Like I don't buy expensive pens, but those are worth it.
I feel like I buy the expensive pens anyway.
No, I usually steal them from people. I'm that person. I'm just that person. I accidentally steal pins, or if I just grab one.
If I see you using my Buddy the Elf pins, I'll know.
No, those are for you, boo boo, for your birthday.
I'm gonna change them out though, like the ink inside of them.
I would. They're cute, and I didn't know they were Funko until you opened it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was funny that I did put the wipes in there in your birthday bag at first, the BB's wipes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is for you, so you can clean up yourself. You fucking nasty bitch.
I've only shipped myself twice. I swear to God.
You ruined Thanksgiving.
Okay, look.
Okay, I'm kidding. We don't have to get into it. It is your birthday. What do you want to talk about?
There is a reason why they call me Poopy Paul. No. But I will not get in it. If you know, you know.
Like, let's just, we should leave it at that. I think, I feel like everybody, though, every Street Cat member can already figure it out. Like, they've very figured it out. Yeah. So you don't need to go into further detail. No, we're good.
If you know the family or anything, you know, it's Oklahoma thing. So it's Poopy Paul. That's it.
That's it. Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of Oklahoma, you want to jump into today's topic?
It's your topic, boo-boo.
It is. So we're going to do traveling today. We actually talked about vacation earlier, so.
I got to talk about a couple of places I got to visit, but I didn't get to talk about some of the places that we visited together.
Yeah.
Or places I've gone, honestly, by myself. And likewise for you. We haven't traveled everywhere together all of our lives. Like, we have. See, there we go. We did it again.
Yeah. You've gone to Orlando. I have not.
Right.
You've been to Ohio. I have not. You've been to Kansas City. I have not.
Yep. I've been pretty much everywhere you haven't.
Yeah.
And I've been everywhere you have.
Yeah.
I really have, but you know places better than me.
Well, no, there's a couple places
you've been to more times than me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a place up in New York you didn't follow me to.
Oh, that's true. I've never been that far north.
And I remember you got really mad at me because we went through Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, speaking of the office, shout out to the Electric City.
Yeah, so we went. If anyone knows the area, we took 81 up to.
Your New York trip, I was super jealous. I wish I had got to go with you.
We went to this itty bitty town of Pine Bush, New York. Shout out to anyone who knows of it.
I've never even heard of it.
You throw a pebble and you're out of town.
Oh my goodness.
They have a motel inn, a diner right across the street. It was perfect. But like Main Street one of the prettiest downtowns I've ever seen. And we live here in the South, so it's like...
That's huge props coming from a Southern in that Yankee area.
The area we did go through was still part of the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they go from all the way up to into Canada, all the way down.
I mean, there's certain parts of, like, the coast you don't have the mountains, but, like, we're still in... Do
they still have, like, Appalachian, like, feel to them, even up there?
Where we were was, like, an hour and a half southwest from Albany. So it's just...
It was actually a little country?
Yeah, it was a little country, and it was really nice. I
wouldn't expect that.
They did have sweet tea, though. I didn't want to try it, but they had their northern...
I have to try it. Honestly, the sweetest sweet tea, it was too much for me. And I've said on the air, and I'll put my hand on the bottle, anything, that I like my sweet tea so sweet I can chew on it. But the sweetest sweet tea I've ever had that was too sweet for me happened in Ohio.
Where at?
It was at McDonald's. I almost shot that. Yeah, I'll have to shut it. I was like, and I was like, what is this? And they said that the person that I was with, which I hate that person. So fuck that person. No,
ex-mother.
No, it was my ex-mother-in-law. So fuck that bitch. Anyway, said that they think that that's how sweet we like it up there, and I was like,
what?
Oh my gosh! Somebody correct them quick because it was gross.
I mean, so I did have to go to
so how many
Dr. Pepper before that, but it was a really nice little diner and like an alien theme. That's why we originally went up there, was for their UFO fest.
They have a UFO fest an hour and a half away from Albany.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Why
there?
I don't know or don't remember, but it's just everyone swarms Pine Bush, New York, and it's such a small town. You didn't think that town would be able to hold that many people.
That reminds me of like the Spruce Pine trip we took this year to North Carolina. Same kind of thing, I would assume.
Oh yeah, it was. I want to say Spruce Pine is a little bit bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
By a lot, like the highway that splits Spruce Pine where we stayed, and then the town. Take that line, cut the hotel side of it.
Really?
And that's how small Pine Bush is.
It's smaller than Spruce Pine. That's crazy.
I wish you could have came. It was adorable, though.
I'm going to have to go if y'all ever go again. I really,
Oh, yeah. But that's where I met Travis Walton at. If anyone's familiar with Fire in the Sky. Met him there. We have Tom Reed, who I was familiar with beforehand, but I think that was the first trip I really got to talk to him.
Right.
And then I met the Ghost Boy, Chris, up there in Ava. So, you meet certain people that you just gravitate toward. And it's just, people are so nice up there.
That's awesome.
But then Mom and I went over to Sheffield in Mass to go see the Tom Reed's Bridge up there. And went into a Walgreens in Great Barrington, which is like 5 minutes away. And went into a Walgreens to get some Band-Aids. And I walked in. I remember it so well. I walked in. I was like, ma'am, where are your Band-Aids? It was a hole in the wall Walgreens, so it wasn't full size. It was probably as big as, a small ass gas station down here. And just walked in, ma'am, do you have Band-Aids? And I swear she looked at me like I cussed her mama out or something. She's like, what did you say to me?
I'd be like, what word did you not... What? Which word was offensive? Probably ma'am.
Yeah. But I was like, ma'am, I need Band-Aids.
You shouldn't
assume
you shouldn't assume gender.
I was like, she's like, oh, you're not from around here, are you? I'm like, what was your first guess?
Was it when I opened my mouth and all you heard is boom power?
Yeah.
That actually brings up a good point about our podcast, and that's something I've thought about lately, because we can check on certain places like where our podcast is being listened to. Yeah. And there's so many places that aren't these parts, like aren't from around here. And many places overseas. In Italy, we have Hungary, which was cool. I know Amsterdam. We got somebody just recently, out of Amsterdam. And I wonder, like, is it the act? Like, can they understand us? Can they? Or are we just, like, do we sound... I don't know. You know, it's kind of interesting to think about it. Like, you've had that experience. I've had that experience, too, where going other places like Kansas and to New Orleans and to Florida, not Florida, nobody cared, but in New Orleans and Kansas, like I look like I do, but then I'd open my mouth and I sound like cornbread.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you're not from around here," and I'm like, I try to get rid of my accent.
Yeah, but I was like, "Ma'am, I just need Band-Aids," and she's like, "Please." Now I know what you're saying. Please talk to me for a little bit. I'm like, ma'am, no.
Oh, that's too. That happens all the time too.
Well, I would have. You know, I'm usually okay. Let's talk. You know, I'm very open to talk to. You know, but I don't know if y'all remember the timeline, but it was the last season of Game of Thrones. Night
you were trying to get out of there.
I was trying to get back.
Game of Thrones is on.
Yeah, the final season. You know, and I'm like, honey, no,
I think you should have told her Game of Thrones, because I felt like everybody would have understood. And they'd be like, "What? Y'all even watch that down there?" And we're like, "Oh, y'all got cable?" And
yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh my goodness, we got cable.
Come on, I need to see Daenerys. Come on.
Right.
I've been the niece. So. No, honestly,
I think it's funny to me that some of the reactions we get for our accent, because I worked customer service for a long time on the phone.
Oh yeah.
And if somebody was, like, if they were happy, they loved to hear me talk. But if they were pissed off, I was the inherently dumbest person they've ever met. And it was because of my accent, even though I knew what I was doing and I was right all the time. Like, I really didn't understand what I was doing. Because I was Southern, it was brought against me or held against me as an intelligence thing.
I mean, and I think that's why we don't mind, you know, calling a help desk. And finding someone with a different accent, because
it's held. Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, it's nothing you can help.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I mean,
we don't.
When I worked customer service in the call center, we had sister sites, you know, and they did the same training, they knew the same things that we did.
Yeah.
And I know what it was like to be people. I guess I wouldn't call it prejudice, because I'm not going to get too deep into it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Went to
people judging me based on my accent.
Speaking of, I had 2 different reactions on something. I went to DC for a couple weeks in August, and for like a week. End of July, beginning of August, for a week for 4 years I've done it. And first trip I ever took, I was lost, which, if you know me, I never get lost.
And we've been to, before you even started doing that, we had been to DC one time together.
Yeah, as kids.
In 2000.
Yeah.
So that was a week we spent there as a family, but we were lost all the time. Yeah. We had no idea.
You know, I was by myself.
Yeah, that was your first real by yourself trip.
Yeah. And I remember I approached this family. I was like, "Excuse me, can y'all point me in the direction of the train station?" I rode the Greyhound home. You know, it was cheaper.
Right.
And so all I needed was get to the train station. I knew my way from there. And the guy looked up at me and said, "No, I don't have any spare change." I'm like, I didn't ask for that.
You're a hobo.
You know, and I was like,
"Oh,
what?" And he just walked on by. But the woman behind him, I'm assuming was his wife.
Honestly, he probably didn't hear a word you said. Maybe it had nothing to do with your accent, but just got so used to people panhandling that's just an automatic response.
And so the woman behind him, you know, saw me, and she's like, "Let me help."
Yes, and woman helps. Yeah, I don't even know why you asked a man, dude.
Yeah, and no offense. I was like, "I'm just lost."
Well, a little offense.
I mean, ma'am, I'm just lost. I need to get to the train station.
You know,
the metro.
Honestly, like, I tell my kids, like, if they ever get lost,
find a woman
with kids. Because more times than not, they're going to be easier to locate than somebody of, you know, that works there, or a security or somebody of authority, right? They're more likely to help.
Yeah. But yeah, it caught me off guard.
Same thing. You should just ask for a woman, especially not as a solo person. Maybe though, for kids it's okay to approach, but I wouldn't approach a kid, mom with kids, especially
Yeah.
if people think you're homeless. Like,
Yeah, I mean, come on. But yeah, I did end up. It was just. I think she understood what I said.
right?
She heard train. That was it. But it was just like I wasn't offended, by all
Again,
means.
it could have been just an automatic
Yeah.
response.
And I'm like,
Big cities, I imagine.
I just want to go home, and just
country road.
well, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't have enough money to eat, so I was just going to go hang out at the train station, just chill, and catch a nap or something.
Like a homeless person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could fall asleep anywhere like a hobo.
That sounds like a totally normal thing for people to do when in a strange town.
Sleep?
In the train station? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel safe. There's security guards there, so and cameras. So I don't know.
Okay then.
But yeah, it was just, and then like the following
Is
year,
that also trespassing or loitering?
I don't know.
I think it's loitering.
I think so.
What the fuck?
But like the
You could've
following
been arrested.
yeah. The following summer, I met a girl from Forks, Washington.
No, my God.
We went back and forth with it.
It's kind of like killer fella.
Hold on, Spider Monkey. Change her name, okay? You understand.
Stop.
You read it. Change
Stop.
her name.
We're not getting into it.
But yeah, she loved the way my accent sounded. Like, we were trying to find something on, like, the National Mall there in D.C. And I was like, hey, guys, look, there's a map right here. And they're like, what the hell is a mop? I was like, map.
Map.
And someone's like, oh, that's a AP.
Oh my goodness. I've heard this linguist, and I don't know if it was a TED Talk or whatever, but it was a really interesting where they talk about how the Southern, and I don't know if ours isn't, it's not really Virginia, Southern Belle, it's redneck, I guess. It's country.
Oh,
Dirt road.
Dirty. No, I think Alabama and Mississippi is the dirty South. I think that's what they refer
but
to.
they talk about how our accent actually sound like if you slow it down and draw it out more, it sounds more British.
Yeah.
And we sound more like our British ancestors who came over and started the colonies than anywhere else because we
settled here.
Yeah.
And so just
I know our mom's family has been around at least before the American Revolution. We
see you, swamp fox.
We traced them back far enough back that we have basically been here. Mom's side has. Well, they have
settled down here.
Yeah, and then Dad's family actually came from Ireland.
Yeah.
A few generations ago. Parts of us have been here a while.
Speaking of Dad, he just called earlier in the podcast, and I didn't get to it. But he left me the funniest ringtone. You want to hear it?
Ringtone? You mean voicemail?
Voicemail? Yeah, you want to hear this voicemail?
I absolutely do want to hear the voicemail from our dad.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear boo boo. Happy birthday to you.
That's amazing.
That's adorable.
I love every second of that. I'm jealous. What a wonderful birthday gift.
Yeah.
And now it's on the podcast for forever.
Oh yeah.
And we had.
That's sorry, not sorry, Dad.
It's not like he listens anyway. He might now, just so because he can hear his own voice. Just kidding.
I want to text. I already told him. I was like, Dad, that's going into the podcast. I hope you know.
This will be the one episode he listens to.
We apologize for absolutely no reason.
Nothing. For nothing.
I also want to apologize to absolutely no one.
I do what I want.
Bye bye.
Anyway.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about small towns.
And aliens, to be honest.
I
like
know.
it's like small towns and aliens, because Spruce Pine had their alien convention, and that's where I got to meet Tom for the first time, and I was I'm much better now, Tom. We can talk now.
Yeah.
I was not healthy then, but I'm better now.
But that was a fun trip. We the company actually rented a car for me to drive behind the car, and Tell me why Enterprise, no name dropping, rented me a Dodge Charger.
That was the worst mistake.
Yeah.
That was
I
bad
wanted-
liability. That was not.
I wanted a small sedan.
If I had
like a
looked
Honda
1
or
second
something.
at you, I'd been like,
That's a dick.
That's a truck, maybe, or a soccer mom's SUV
Yeah.
for all those milfs you got going.
Keep your mouth shut. No, it was just dangerous because we had to drive. We drove interstate to Asheville and up to Spruce Pine, but I felt like $1 million. I get mom wanted me to bring my car around, the rental around, and to put some stuff back into the car that following day, and I pull in with my Charger, and Tom's looking at me. He's like, "Dude, that really does suit you."
Doesn't he drive a limo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
So's the guy who drives the limo
Yeah.
everywhere.
Everywhere. I love that.
I saw the limo in Spruce Pine.
It went through Pine Bush, I think.
Did it? He
Yeah.
drove it to Spruce Pine Bush.
He drove it to Spruce Pine, or he drove it to Spruce Pine. He went.
I guess if I had a limo,
Would you drive it?
I would
everywhere?
probably no, because I feel like it's super inconvenient. Like, how are you gonna park that? How are you gonna parallel park that? Like, how are you gonna? I mean, I wonder if he's just used to it, and that's I don't know. Or I guess
I love him though. I love him. Him and I was drinking at the bar they set us up in front of at 10 o'clock on a Friday morning. It's like, I've never done this before.
sure. Okay.
But drinking at 9 o'clock on a Friday, okay.
We haven't we went to Spruce Pine together, but we also went to Dallas together.
Oh, yeah.
That one time too.
Oh yeah, it was like 9 months after I moved back from Dallas.
Yeah, and we're like, let's go back.
And
No, let's take you back right now.
no. I mean, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Dallas. Dallas
Right.
is pretty. I love the history behind it because I'm a big history buff, and with JFK's connection, I read into everything I could, and just I love the history behind Dallas. I love the football team.
It's just the football team. Don't fucking lie. Just stop talking. Like,
Okay.
it's just
the football team.
It's just the football team, you dummy.
I wasn't a Dallas.
You're wearing a Dallas Cowboys shirt right now, you stupid.
I mean, I wasn't a fan when I lived down there, but at first. But once I was more around Cowboys fans, it's like, okay, this is something I could get into.
Oh my god.
And the more I watched, the more I fell in love with the team. And it's like, man, okay, let's buy everything Dallas Cowboys.
And then we actually got to go see Dallas play Titans a year ago this
Yeah.
December. Yeah.
So it was my childhood favorite team, Titans, versus my adult team, I guess. The Cowboys.
And it
So-
was good that we got to experience that together.
Oh yeah.
Because I know when we first walked into the stadium and you got to see the teams on the field
Yeah.
and warm-ups and like you
It
were
was-
immediately snapping pictures of them and I got to be able to snap pictures of your reaction
Yeah,
to
that That was my first NFL game.
I know.
And it was my absolute, I remember telling everybody, since I became a Cowboys fan, when Tennessee plays Dallas, I'm
in
going.
Nashville. Yeah.
Or even in Dallas. I would have traveled back down to Dallas just
That-
for.
And that wasn't the first game that I took you to in Nashville, or we went together to Nashville.
A couple years before that, you took me to my first Nashville Predators game,
And it was against
the New Jersey Devils.
Yep.
Because the PK Subban's my favorite player.
And I definitely wanted you to see him play, even if
Yeah.
it wasn't for the Preds anymore.
Yeah, it
And-
was right after he got traded. And there was a lot of talk between you and your husband about taking me to that game.
That was
See-
for your birthday too.
Yeah.
Was that like your best birthday, or did I do okay this year? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not a hockey game in Bridgestone Arena. I mean,
But yeah, I love anything that we do.
I love that
I
we always
don't-
do something together.
Yeah.
We usually do.
I mean, there was another trip that Mom and I went on without you when I took her.
Wow, I just talk about how much I love doing
Oh.
stuff together, and you're like, let me talk again about stuff I
Not.
do without you.
Yeah.
You, all right, Brad.
But yeah, the first Dallas trip back with you, I wanted to show you everywhere where it's like This is the mall. I love it. Let's try this. Let's go here. Here.
Because we didn't have long, and
No.
we were trying to squish everything.
Oh, yeah. And one day, and especially Dallas, you can't.
No,
And-
I know there's more to it that I didn't experience.
But I had to take. I remember I took you to the Galleria, which is like a 5-level mall.
And I took you to the Gas Monkey to
Yeah.
see the tribute bands.
Yeah. But I also took you to Fat Straws down in Dallas.
Oh my gosh, I still think about those smoothies.
Oh, yeah, they're so good.
I love smoothies. I get a smoothie, I think, everywhere I go. I know every time I go to Nashville, I go to Smoothie King. Like, I have to stop at Smoothie King.
Yeah.
And get a smoothie.
Oh, yeah.
I love smoothies. Also, I guess, for me, I love traveling. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love car rides. I
Well,
really
that
do.
and all the food places we get to go to. 'Cause-
Oh, it's one of my biggest pet peeves, and everybody knows this about me, that if we travel out of town, we are not going to eat anything that we have here in town. Absolutely not.
well,
no, I don't care.
There's one exception I've noticed. If you travel between Knoxville, Tennessee to Fort Smith, Arkansas,
Which
there-
we've
we-
made that trip a 1,000 times.
Yeah. if you eat at a Waffle House along that path, chances are we've been there first.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've got a point. When it's like super late, and we usually traveled at night or when it was early because no traffic.
Yeah.
It was the only place open. Yeah, you're right. Waffle Houses, but if I get to plan it, we're not. If we're staying out of town, no way. I will
But
be
yeah,
so
we
pissed.
if we're traveling a long distance, we could always rely on Waffle House.
Oh yeah, I've made
know.
a long distance at like a Cracker Barrel too.
Yeah, long distance at a Denny's as well for us.
But we don't have a Denny's around
No.
here,
Uh,
so that doesn't count because I'll eat a faraway
Yeah.
Denny's.
Well, when Mom came
Ooh.
down to Dallas when I was living there, when Aunt Connie passed,
Yeah.
we were coming back and we just stopped at a Denny's, and I love that Denny's. I know I still to this day remember where that Denny's was,
Yeah.
and just because
Okay, so brings up a good point. Since we never eat where
Yeah.
at the same places, what is like the one place that you would bring here that you had abroad or not abroad,
it's
but like
a singular place I doubt would move over here, but my favorite hands down has to be the Loveless Cafe. I'm sorry.
really?
Yeah, their
No.
biscuits or something else though.
No. Jack in the Box. I
what?
love Jack in the Box.
And I'm a Whataburger person.
I can't believe you said Loveless Cafe. Like, no, that's what I thought you would say. It would be Whataburger.
Oh yeah,
I was talking franchises.
Mine's singular place, Loveless Cafe, hands down. Your biscuits are amazing. I need them. But
Ooh.
like franchise, Whataburger.
No, I prefer Jack in the Box, man.
I mean, man, Whataburger. I want to kind of say like they have the same. What Powell's is known for with their burgers
I
is
love
what
Powell's.
Whataburger is the same way with their burgers.
oh my god, I fucking love Pals. And
Yeah.
anybody who doesn't know, because it's such a small kept, that's a franchise that,
It's only in like East Tennessee and
yeah, y'all. Would you trade? So, would you trade for a Whataburger? Would you trade away Pals?
no,
Me neither.
no,
Nope, sorry, Pals has got my heart, man.
Yeah.
Oh, those
Those
French
French
fries,
fries,
yeah.
yeah, those
And their
French-
sweet tea,
Mm.
man. Oh, I love their chili burger. We should have known. We should have known when we started. When you just said we were gonna have a traveling episode that we were gonna go to food. Like,
Yeah.
we should have known, man.
But also, there's another place when Mom and I, or even with y'all, everybody, when we go, back to where she grew up in Van Buren, it's a pizza parlor. We
always ate there. Yeah.
always at pizza parlor. It's like a old school type of pizza joint.
Oh yeah, well, like we used to have a place in Nashville that we would go for reminiscence sake only, and
Yeah.
then that closed down.
was
recently.
it Demos?
It was, and
Oh.
we would because we went there so much as a kid when we went.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's sad to see those kind of childhood places
yeah.
shut
go.
down.
But yeah, and there's Demos, then pizza parlor, back there, and it's like, food is what drives me.
I know, man. Like to this day, from my trip to New Orleans, there is one thing I think about, and I know everybody would expect me to say the beignets, which they were fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong, but no, we had these crawfish fries at the Ghost
Ooh.
Bar downtown, with the one that they had
Yeah.
on Bar Rescue,
Yeah.
and they had these crawfish fries that I still think
Think
about. Like they were
Yeah.
so good.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
the worst part. Like that's the bittersweet part of going and traveling
Mm-hmm.
and eating at these amazing places and then you're like your mouth misses it. Like
Yeah.
oh my
I mean,
gosh.
Also, I fell in love really with seafood.
Oh yeah.
When I lived on the beach.
We're
and
both from we were both born
Charleston.
in
yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina. So we have that deep in our roots. Is
especially fish fries.
I love seafood.
Oh yeah, and if no one lives on the coast, you could get seafood really cheap.
Oh yeah.
A quarter of the price of what we get up here. And it's just.
You have to. I always questionable about the seafood. Like we're so inland. Like
yeah, we're inland.
But sometimes I just need seafood.
Yeah, just willing to travel just to get the seafood.
I love oysters, like things that a lot of people don't like. I like oysters, mussels.
Yeah,
Freaking love mussels. I'll eat clams, calamari. Oh my.
Yeah.
I think we're just hungry. We haven't had dinner yet either.
No.
I think we're just hungry, but food. And going to places that are like especially really renowned for food, like New Orleans and
Nashville.
Oh yeah, like
yeah,
you get to eat some really good freaking food.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to eat in DC? Because the hubby and I have talked about it, and we've talked it over with the kids.
Well,
hold on. So next summer, we're really wanting to take a family vacation up there.
Yeah.
To DC, because we went as kids in the year 2000, and that was a trip, and I still have very fond memories, and I would love to share those now with my kids.
Yeah.
So what are some of your, now that you've gone a lot more than I have?
Yeah, but you have to realize that all my meals were technically paid for.
Oh, I know, but
and
I mean,
so it's
what would you suggest that we do, or where should we take the kids? Because, like I said, you've played tourist up there way more than I have. One time.
Yeah, there's a McDonald's.
23 years ago.
There's a McDonald's that's really good.
No, but no, we have it in town.
But one place I did go and try on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tell everybody, it's a sweet place. It was featured on the Food Network. I had to try it.
Right.
And so I went to DC Cupcakes.
Oh, is it good?
Oh. If you want something that melts in your mouth as a cupcake.
I do love cupcakes. We just had a cupcake for your birthday.
Yeah. So the DC cupcakes were my favorite thing to do and go eat.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to. Okay. But I can't wait to take them to the museums that we went to. And I feel like since we grew up around history and getting to be exposed to those stories at such a young age, even though, we grew up around war veterans, because we grew up that way, then I've been able to share that fondness of history with the kids, and now they love history. And like when we took them to Charleston, like they had more fun traveling around and like learning the history of things and going to the museums than they did going to the beach. Like they were like, yeah, this was fun. The beach was fun for like an hour, but we want to go to museums. We want to learn more. We want to go to see the cemeteries and be spooky. And
that's what our parents did. When we went to DC as kids. Yeah, we went to all these.
No plan. Now I'm gonna plan this one.
Yeah. But we went to a lot of the museums down up there.
Oh yeah, because a lot of them are free.
Yeah.
And that's the only place I want to. Like that's the only reason I want to go. Because somebody all we have to worry about is food and lodging, and then most of the museums are free.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think that's why when I went, one of the things I had to do was go to the main Smithsonian of American history. That's what I loved it.
Like the kids are like in love with Hamilton, like the musical. They absolutely adore that musical, and being able to go and show them like also that these were real people and here are these things, and also if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
And to teach the kids, these were great ideas, and now it's our job to take them and learn from them and move forward.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember this, but I still look back on it and chuckle because like I said earlier, I went for 4 years straight for a week.
Right.
And every year you told me, go find the ruby slippers for me.
Right.
And
I still
take
remember
a photo of them for me. So every year for 4 years straight, I went and found them. And it's like, Jess, they have not moved.
I know.
Here they are. Here I am. You know, you can see the progression. Here I am. They haven't moved.
I don't care. I remember the first time, and it's like one of my core memories. And
Yeah.
I want to be able to do that for my kids, is get them to have core memories like
Yeah.
this. And it was, for me, it was seeing those ruby slippers, because Wizard of Oz has been my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
For my entire life. Like, I have been obsessed with Wizard of Oz. I've met one of the last living Munchkins
Yeah.
in Nashville on one of
Yeah.
our trips to Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've been to Kansas. Like,
I think that's why I took Mom to Waukeeta. Because when we planned our Oklahoma trip a number of years ago,
for Twister.
I knew I had to go to Waukeeta.
Is it weird that both of our favorite movies have to do with a Twista?
Nah.
A Twista.
Nah. I'm not surprised, but
That's weird. I think that's a weirdness, but
like the Twister is the main star of the movie.
Yes, I can't wait
Yeah.
next summer. This is actually all in an elaborate scheme to make sure that I get to be reunited with those ruby slippers.
Yeah. But the current plan is this is actually going to be a trip where we actually separate too.
I know, but
Because
we'll
you're
both have-
going up, to DC. I'm going out west, to take Mom to see family, which I don't mind. I love them. I do. And
I know, and I really want my kids to experience
Yeah.
some things.
And I think it's
while
cool
they're
that
kids.
I think it's cool you're going with your kids, and our mother's going with one of her kids.
Yeah.
But
We'll
I've
both
driven-
have stories, and then
Yeah.
we'll both have an episode where we can talk about our
Yeah.
vacation.
Yeah, and I know how to get out to Oklahoma. It's it's our thing. We know what we're doing. So
We're just gonna go and get lost, like I usually do in every town I've ever visited. Like, I have gotten us lost
oh yeah,
in Nashville, or
Mhm.
I've gotten us lost. Even though I've been to Nashville, I can't count how many times I have stayed and been in Nashville. I got us lost there. I got us lost in New Orleans. I've gotten us
can't-
lost going to Dallas.
yeah. You did. Get lost.
We ended up in
And
Georgia. I was
I-
like, this doesn't seem right.
I am the one that I can't get lost.
You're GPS. You're a literal GPS.
And so
And I'm
when
like,
I got
these
the call
trees don't look great.
when I finally called you at 9:00 at night, dude. This is where we're at. This is the hotel we're staying at. Where are you guys? You should have been like 2 or 3 hours after we did. Dude, we ended up in Georgia.
Like, I'm so sorry.
And the look I gave you, do you remember that? The look I gave you when I finally realized that y'all got lost?
I know, as many times as I have gone from this end of the state to the other,
Yeah.
which is what we've done for every year.
Yeah, you
And
had to
I
cross-
missed the
We
turn.
have traveled from here to Little Rock
Okay.
so many times.
I know.
And just one turn.
I missed
One
it.
turn. That's
We
it.
were honestly, and I don't care if you don't believe me, but we were so in conversation, I completely wasn't paying attention.
It's too early, man. You ejaculated a little too early on the turn.
It's a cat fight.
They're
His
so
birthday,
quiet.
it was like the quietest cat fight I've ever seen.
Happy birthday to me.
I know. You could just see him.
Look at her. Look at Bear.
That's like Elvira. Oh.
Oh.
Please don't knock over my
I
stuff.
have the high ground, Anakin.
No, don't.
It's over.
Why did you have to scream that?
I have the.
You got so excited.
I did. I did.
Because Elvira jumped on my side table and Bear's still on the floor.
I have the high ground, Anakin. It's
You just-
over.
You got
Maybe
so excited to make that reference.
Yeah. That was my first thought, and Lord forbid I forget it.
Oh my goodness. I wonder where the next trip that you and I are going to go to, like together. I would love to take you to New Orleans.
And I would like to take you to Nowheresville in
What the
Oklahoma.
fuck? No, please.
No, I really want to take you to like Pine Bush up north.
That would be fun. I would
Yeah.
go. I would go with you absolutely next time. And then
Like-
next time we go to New Orleans, you come with me.
Yeah.
and we'll just hit the town.
Oh yeah, I mean, not in Pine Bush. There's nothing there.
No, that would be fun, like a weekend trip, but like we would need a week in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Girls trip.
Oh, I get a day with you in my town, and
Boo,
you get a
you
week.
just literally told everyone that it had like a motel and a gas station.
No, a diner.
That was it. That was it.
And a Walgreens, maybe. I think if it's still
That was a
there.
hostel. No, thank you.
Yeah, it was very hostile. Get us together, guys.
No.
But the bridges up there, party,
What the
party.
fuck? We can go bridge sightseeing.
Yeah.
I want to jump this one.
I
I want to jump off
that
this one.
No, that one's mine. I called it.
We get to pick our own bridge.
Pick our own bridge.
Streetcat Sister Bridge.
Right.
Oh, okay, that was dark. Happy birthday, bitch.
I know, and all I want to do is jump some fun.
What?
Is have some fun. Sorry. Jump off some bridges.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, this was fun. Happy birthday again, Boo.
Oh, yay. Thank you. I feel old.
Stop.
34.
I
It's
know.
horrible.
After your 30s, it just
What?
goes downhill.
Yeah.
You two shut the fuck up. Can y'all not? I get it's Boo's birthday and all, and y'all want to put on a show. But it
Right.
just sounds like we're having a weird cat fighting ring in my house.
No.
Taking all bets. No, I'm kidding.
God dang it, no.
My bet's on Anakin. No, I'm just kidding.
I say
Obi-Wan.
he gets burned.
Yeah, Obi-Wan. He's got the high ground. No, my
I'm
money's
sorry,
on
I went too hard.
my money's on Obi-Wan. Anyway, my name's Jess,
And I'm Boo.
and we are the Streetcat
Streetcat
Sisters.